Hey, what's up everyone? Outside and landscape, taking a look at some of the rubber mulch that we just put down. And we're doing a video on that here soon, but as I was out here looking, we got a large storm a day or two ago that really fell at a high rate of rain. I think we got a good inch and a half or so within 30 minutes, 40 minutes or so. And we got a little bit of a problem. So you can see we have a little bit of a washout in the landscape all the way around. So came from our hill. I knew I was going to have a little bit of a drainage issue here because of just how the land is graded, but I didn't know how bad it was. When we found out, we have to fix that. This mulch is good mulch. Like I said, I'll be doing a video on that here in a little bit, but way too expensive to have the mulch be deposited throughout the yard. So we have a solution. And that's right here. So got a basin, pop-up drain, and some pipe. So today's project is to fix this drainage issue. Let's get started. Okay, so what we're going to do to take care of this drainage problem is we're going to use a water basin, a catch basin, some PVC pipe, some 4-inch PVC pipe, and this pop-up emitter. And so the goal here is to put this basin in the low spot. So I'll use my rotary laser and my grading stick to figure out the low spot. I'll put the basin in and connect this 4-inch pipe to that basin. That will carry the water out and through here to a lower spot and connect to this pop-up emitter. That then, as the water pressure rises, that emitter pops open, and then the water will flow onto the existing property and drain downhill away from the landscape. So a couple things we need to that are important for this type of a project. One is you need to make sure that you locate the basin in the right place, and so we want this basin in the natural low spot for the area. You want it to collect the water in the natural low spot so it collects the most water possible. You can see, based on just the river that was formed when the water was running through here, that this area here is most likely going to be your low spot. Has some puddling and some backup over here, but this is most likely. We'll confirm that with the laser. So that's important. And this particular basin has a metal grate. It just allows higher flow into it. There's one with the plastic that has a little bit lower flow rate. I went with the metal. And then inside you get 2 of these adapters, and these adapters just go along the outside and they just twist into place. And this one here is a solid, and so if you want to have another basin upstream from it, you would just knock this out, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to use one. So this one will just go in and leave that solid. All right, so that's the first thing, is you want to make sure the basin is in your low point to get the maximum drainage. Then the next thing is you got to dig your hole, and your 4-inch pipe will hook up to this adapter on the outside of your basin. It's going to fit right into this hub here. And it's important that once you dig this hole, wherever this bottom portion of the pipe is, you want to make sure that as your pipe travels out of this basin and along a property, that is always flowing downhill at a rate of 1 inch every 8 feet until it reaches your emitter location. But you want to make sure that that whole line is always traveling downhill at 1 inch per 8 feet of run. And ideally, the top of that emitter, so the green portion of that emitter, is ideally below this portion of the basin. And the reason that is water will naturally level itself out in that pipe. And so if the green part of the basin, to the top of the emitter, is below this part of the basin, then you're going to have maximum flow and drainage out of this, because any water that builds up in this pipe is going to be higher than the emitter and will get flushed out and released out of that emitter. If your emitter is up here, you're going to have a lot of standing water in this basin, and we don't want that. So I'm going to try as best I can to make sure that the bottom of the emitter, or the top of the emitter, is below this elevation after we dig our hole. So those are just a couple things to watch out for when you're planning a project like this. But otherwise, it's very straightforward. I'm going to show you how to do it. I have to dig a trench roughly 30 feet or so to my emitter location. Then we'll put the pipe in, put the emitter on. Again, pretty easy, pretty straightforward. So let's get digging. Okay, so took about 20 minutes or so to dug this hole out for the basin. You want to make sure you dig your hole out plenty big, so it's easier to backfill and compact the dirt back in. It's important that you try and compact the dirt as best you can. So I gotten it to the point now where it is sitting just below grade of the surrounding soil. So I want it a little bit below grade so everything kind of funnels into it. So I think I got it where I want it. Depending on your climate, where you're at, you may want to put some rocks on the bottom to help with drainage under it. I have clay soil, so it's not really going to make a big difference, and I also don't want to collect water under it for heaving. In our climate, our frost depth is 42, 48 inches, so I mean, this thing's going to heave anyway, so I'm not going to put really anything else under it. I'm just going to set it right on the clay, make sure it's where I want it, and just start packing around it. So that's good, got it where I want it. It's in the low spot of the surrounding landscape, so the water should flow to this nicely. And now from this point, start the next step, which is to now dig this trench out to the emitter location. And this trench, I'm only going to dig down as deep as I need to go to fit the pipe onto that hub and all the way down. So that's next. Let's get to it. All right, so trench is done. About 30 feet, linear feet of trench, all the way down to where my emitter will be right here. So a couple things to check, make sure of when you're doing your trench, that obviously you want to make sure your hole pipe is evenly supported and it's going downhill the whole run, at least 1 inch of drop for every 8 feet of run. And so I have the rotary laser and the stick, so it was easy for me to just get the elevation of the start of the pipe and do the elevation at the end of the pipe and make sure that was about 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches difference. If you don't have a rotary laser and a laser detector, you can just use your standard old level, and you just set her on there, and you just want to make sure that your bubble is past your line on the upstream side of your system. So since that's past that line, I know that I have around a 8-to-1 drop on this pipe. So we're good there. Now all we have left is to set the basin, connect the pipes, and put the emitter in. So the first step here is to get the basin situated and hooked up. And so this pipe here is just a friction fit, so you just stick it on the hub, and that's all you need to do. There's no additional glue or anything necessary on that one. I put a little bit of pea gravel on the bottom just to level out the basin to make sure it was sitting nice and flush. If you have soil that drains really well, you could put quite a bit of soil down there, or sorry, rock down there, to let the water that's in the basin drain out. So our 4 knockout locations on the bottom, so I would drill 4 holes in the bottom of your basin to act as weeping holes. That way any water that's left in your basin that can't get out through the pipe, it'll seep and leach into your ground and prevent stagnant water from accumulating in your basin. So that's important as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the basin set and get my pipes glued together, and then we'll check back when I have that done and ready for the emitter. All right, got all the PVC glued, 45 all glued in. I got some dirt tamped around the basin to hold her in place. So now, before we fill in the trench, we're gonna do the last step, which is hooking up the emitter. So to do this, if you're using the kit that includes the elbow and the emitter, one thing you want to make sure of is when you put the elbow on, that you check to make sure this hole right here is facing down in your trench. That hole in the elbow is to allow the water that's stuck in your pipe to drain out slowly, to make sure there's no water damage from freezing or other things that may happen. So it's just important that that hole goes down into your trench. If you're not using the supplied elbow and you're doing maybe just a white PVC elbow, drill about 5 1/4-inch holes in the bottom of your elbow, and that will basically achieve the exact same thing. And then what you want to do at the end of your trench is probably dig about 1 foot down, deep well, and then fill it with clean gravel like this. And then once that elbow's in there, all that water will drain out into this rock well and allow the water to escape your pipe, so you don't have standing water and have freeze damage. So now the last thing to check is make sure that the top of your elbow is going to hit your soil line just like that, and making sure that you have enough run that your basin will largely empty through the drainage. And so what I mean by that is your basin has a hole, and the water will fill up in the basin up to this point before it starts heading into your pipe. You want to make sure that you have enough drop so any water that hits this spot is fully drained out of your basin. If you don't have enough drop, the water could fill up maybe to the top or midway up to here. You don't want extra water sitting in your basin. So you need to have enough drop that most of the water will empty out of your basin through your pipe. From the basin to this spot on the ground here, I have 7 inches of drop. So my emitter is actually, the top of my emitter is actually lower than the bottom of the basin. So any water that reaches that opening in my basin is going to fully drain out. I won't have any standing water in the basin above the opening of the pipe. So that's important as well. So, okay, so camera died there, so I apologize for that. So the last step before we fill our trench is go ahead and glue this elbow onto the pipe and make sure that the top of the emitter is flush with your soil. So we'll go ahead and get that done now. It's important to put the primer on your pipe first to make sure there's a good contact and good adherence between the PVC pipes. All right, got that glued. Now we're just going to put a little bit of the sod back and the dirt back just to get this area set. All right, so there you have it. We have the emitter back in the ground, sod around it, right at the top of the soil. So my mower will go right over that, no problems. And now all I got to do is fill in the rest of the trench. We're done. All right, this project is done. Got all the sod put back on the trench. The dirt's cleaned up. So my final grade I have here, the basin is just below the surrounding soil, so hopefully there's good flow into this. Got a little bit of dirt in there I need to clean out still, but hopefully we'll check after the first storm and see how it performs. And then the emitter over here. So my emitter, so the surface, the green part here of the emitter is about 3 inches below the opening, the pipe opening on the basin. So any water that flows into that pipe should flow all the way down to this emitter. So I should have very little standing water in the basin, which is good. This emitter I put just above the soil surface, so as it flows, as this pops open, it should have good flow to disperse and leach into, you know, the surrounding ground. So so that's a wrap on how to install a water basin and pop-up emitter. It's pretty easy project. It took about maybe 2 hours. 30 foot of pipe. Some digging. So if you have a trencher, that would make it a lot easier. I did it the hard way with the shovel, but you know, either way it can work. A project this small, trencher is not really worth the time or the investment. If I was doing a bigger project, I like to do underground water downspouts or something like that, definitely invest in a trencher. It's well worth it. Your back will thank you later. So that's a wrap. Thanks for watching. Check back next time.